It's spinning and spinning too, huh?
So if you are a content creator out there, I'm just going to go ahead and give you some advice. Do not use Rumble. It's garbage. Sorry.
I don't
I'm
even
not
think we're
sorry,
live
but
yet.
crap. But if you have money in your pocket and you don't want to have it anymore, hey, pay Rumble.
Give it a second. It's starting to stream. It might be my internet. Johnny Dumbbell, I think we're live now.
All right.
It's about time, big dog.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do not waste your time with Rumble. It's garbage. Sorry.
We have had some technical difficulties tonight.
Bruh.
No, Rumble has had some technical difficulties. We did everything right. Rumble's garbage. Sorry.
Johnny is upset, y'all. Shout out to Johnny Dumbbell. Bro.
I just think when you pay for something, it should work.
I agree, Johnny. For real. All right. So, Johnny, we're here tonight. Let's focus at the task at hand, Johnny. We're here tonight to lend our expertise and guidance to those in need. And we
Which, by the way, whether it's a woman or an app, do not waste your money. There was no way I was walking past
that. Okay, Johnny. So tonight we got some Q&A going on. And you know what? Let me get our give me just a second here. I should have a banner up. Let's check this one out. So you got some questions ready for us tonight, Johnny?
Well, no, I was still trying to get online because Rumble is, ratchet. Hold on.
Are you gonna start calling it ratchet ass Rumble?
Yep.
Oh, Johnny, I gotta say, man, I kind of like Rumble. I think the studio is not that difficult to use, and I got a better resolution than with StreamYard.
Beta's 40 minutes late.
Yeah, we're 40 minutes late.
That's all I'm saying. It wasn't our fault.
All right, Johnny's gonna pull up some questions. Right, and then we got. All right, I think I got that saved. Yeah, this is all stuff we should have had together an hour ago, Johnny.
Yeah, except Rumble didn't want to do its job, so we had to spend that hour fixing technical difficulties.
All right, hold on. All right, I think I got our little banner together, Johnny.
Good stuff. Okay. So this one is entitled, Is My Girlfriend Still Cheating on Me?
Okay, wait. The title is My Girlfriend Still Cheating on Me?
Like, yeah, let's talk about that. First of all, before I even read any of this email, let's talk about that. Why are you asking us if your girlfriend is still cheating on you?
I'll tell you right now, the answer is yes.
I don't care what the answer is. Why are you asking us that? If you have those suspicions and you're using the word still, that means she did it once minimum. That's a maximum for Bill and me.
But Johnny, she's changed. She's sorry. She'll never do that again.
And if he would have just not, All right.
Let's break it down for him, Johnny, because that's what we're here. We're here to help change lives, and we want these guys to do better. So we're going to explain what happened. I don't really need the details of what happened here, but I'll tell you.
Good, because we'd have to go one paragraph at a time with this poor guy.
at some point she lost respect for him. And when she lost respect for him, she became sexually attracted to someone else, maybe several other people, but it all stemmed from his lack of leadership and the lack of respect that she had for him.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Let's read it, dog. Let's break it down.
Well, I mean, yeah, I wanted to see what his name was, and his name is Chuck. Chuck, look, like Bill said, she's already done it once, and you're asking if she's doing it again. My biggest question to you is, why do you feel the need to ask us whether or not it's over? Come on, man.
Anyway. All right, well, Chuck, I think you need to move on. You need to focus on you a little bit. And if you're wondering if she's still cheating, you need to get out of that relationship immediately.
Yeah.
So it's not really a question if she is or not. If you're having those suspicions, look, I'd say Chuck's got a lot of work to do on himself too. Some of this is insecurities.
Well, yeah, a lot of it is. And the thing of it is, like, I think that there are girls out there, and I don't think there's a lot of them. There's a lot of girls out there. Well, by a lot, I don't mean the majority. But when they do things, it's because they don't think you're going to have the response. They don't think you're going to respond with cutting them off. They think that they're going to do these things and that they can figure out a way to make it look like you pushed them to do that thing. Now, there's a lot of different avenues they can take to make you feel that way. Now, they could say, well, you're never around. Oh, you work too much. Or, you left me alone on this one particular week. I mean, it could be something small like you left me alone on this one particular weekend, and that's how it happened. The point is, you are dealing with a creature, not a person, a creature who's going to try every avenue to make it look like it's anyone's fault but their own. Once they've done it once, and you've forgiven them, and they've decided to do it again. Now, I'll take that little speck of what I just said. If you let that person get away with it once and they do it again, why do you think they did it again? Because you already let them slide once. They've already found you to be weak, and they figured out they can do it 2, 3, 4 times. And even if they think you're getting fed up with it, yeah, they can lay low for a while, but I got news for you. They're going to do it again. I don't even need to read the rest of this email. I really don't.
No, we already know.
Chuck, I got to tell you, man. Chuck, I'm going to tell you this. I will read the rest of your email, and it's a really long wall of text. So I will say, I will read the rest of your email, and I have every intention of responding to you in detail as to the things you're asking me, but I can't get past the subject line. You already told me everything we needed to hear, and you already told me everything that we know you need to do. So wake up.
Chuck needs to have some standards in his life. Okay, and one of them needs to be how he deals with the women in his life. So if he's having certain suspicions, then okay, yeah, like we mentioned earlier, he definitely has some work to do on himself. But if he's already in a situation that he just needs to get out of, really.
A long time ago.
Yeah. Yeah, like Chuck, come on, man. Wake up, buddy.
Bruh.
Yeah, I mean, and we say this because we like you. We say this because you have a lot of time left in your life. It sounds like you're young. I mean, I know I didn't read the whole email, but from reading the email, I know you're young. And please don't waste your youth waiting for this girl to straighten out. She will straighten out, but it's not going to happen until she gets to that age. And we all know what that age is, Bill, don't we? That time when they hit that wall and they realize that all the privilege that they used to get from guys just because they were hot, it stopped. You know what's really funny about that point in time? It's at that point, and you can ask my ex-wife, it's at that point when men stop paying attention to them that suddenly it's unfair, and suddenly they're being discriminated against. This is what you're dealing with, Chuck. Do not fall for it. Do not.
Nah, I'd like to see Chuck do a little bit better.
Yeah.
So, you know what? Why don't you read me a little bit more of the email? Maybe we can uncover a little something, a little something we could send him on his way with it. You know, he might be able to, because right now we're just
all right. We're gonna. I'll give you the first paragraph
and develop some standards, which is a good starting point for him if he's going to actually follow through with it. Now, the problem is he's in love with this woman. So he's willing to concede her treatment of him to have access to her.
And we've all been there. And look, I've been there. I was there in my marriage. Okay. So what he says was, I found out that my girlfriend of 6 years was cheating on me with someone that I thought was a friend on her birthday. I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. I'm going to repeat that. We don't have to say anything about it right now, but I'm going to repeat that. She cheated with someone that he thought was his friend, and she did it on her birthday. Next sentence. So I ended up checking her phone the morning of her birthday while she was getting ready. Her phone was in her game room. I don't know what that means. With an alarm going off.
I need to stop you right there. He's checking her phone. That's some bitch.
All right. I was going to wait till the end of the paragraph, but yeah.
That's some bitch ass shit.
Bill, tell him why. Please tell him why.
If you're so insecure that you need to go through her phone, that relationship has already ended.
I'm going to stop you there. Even if you're not insecure, and you might be, you might not be, but the minute you feel like you have to check her phone to get the truth from her, it's done. Because either A, she is messing around on you, or B, like Bill said, you've got too many trust issues. You've got too much insecurity to be in a relationship right now. So if you're right, good for you for cutting her loose. But if you're wrong, you better figure it out if you are. You're going to need to see someone professional to figure out why you think this innocent person is messing around on you. And even if this person is guilty of messing around on you, you're going to need to figure out what it is that you are not putting forth that shows you as a leader, shows you as more desirable than anybody else that she knows, from a dating, perspective.
Well, he knows her password. So at some point he had to ask her for it, or I don't know, maybe even demand it as terms to continue the relationship.
I don't think he's got the grapes to demand it. I really don't. But
she cheated on him, and he was going to take her back because he's saying cheating on him still or cheating on him again. So they had this happen in the relationship. He took her back. There may have been some terms to that. So access to her phone may have been one of the terms that he, to allow her back into his life. Okay, you can continue to treat me like this, but I'm going to need access to your phone now.
Yeah, I mean, what it sounds to me like is that exactly that happened. She might have forgotten to delete something that she didn't want him to see, and he happened to stumble across it. And now he sees that she is continuing the behaviors that she was continuing before, that she was exuding before. And he's asking us, what should he do about it?
All right. Well, look, shout out to Johnny Dumbo. Anybody watching this, you need to go subscribe to Johnny's channel, because Johnny even gives me some really good game from time to time. And Johnny told me back in November, there was a woman I'm vetting, and he's like, look, you really want to know something? Just out of the blue, ask her to see her phone. And if she immediately unlocks it and hands it to you without a second of hesitation, you lock the phone and hand it back to her. You lock
and what do you say?
And hand it back to her.
Yes. If she hands you her phone unlocked, you lock it back, you hand it to her and say, all right, that's a start.
Yeah.
That's a start.
So if you're doing that with
But that's before you, but listen real quick though, very important part of that is before you commit to her.
Right, but if it's established that she's going to unlock the phone and hand it to me without a moment's hesitation anytime I ask for it, why would I need her passcode?
Right.
So, I mean, he's going through it. He's looking for it. He's snooping. He has some suspicions. There's something in her behaviors that are not aligning with her words. Something is going on to set off his spidey senses. So,
And Chuck, you're probably not watching this, but we are 3 sentences deep, and we can already tell you what's going to happen.
Yeah. Your friend, bro.
Dude,
I don't even know where to start with that. Chuck, that's kind of your own fault for having those kind of people as friends, first of all. So it sounds like you don't, not only do you need help vetting the women that you allow into your life, Chuck, you need help vetting the friends that you have too, because it sounds like you have people that are using you and taking advantage of you, and he's smashing your girl on her birthday. I don't know, Chuck.
well, I mean, for what I'm seeing here, Chuck is pretty young because he's a Fortnite player. I am not. You are not. We're a little old for that crowd, and I understand that. But what he's saying is, so we already established he ended up checking her phone on her birthday. He said her phone was in her game room with an alarm going off, so I went to go turn it off. Oh, your typical, oh, I wasn't stooping. It was just making a noise, and I had to go and make sure that. Chuck, come on, man. If you want us to help you, you cannot cap in the first paragraph. Come on, man. But I'm going to let that go. So I went to go turn it off. Previously, I've noticed her and my so-called friend playing Fortnite a lot together without me. She was playing Fortnite with other men. I still don't know what that means. But the point is, I'm old. But no, wait. So he is best friends with her cousin, which is a very convenient, inlet. But hey, maybe he is. And we all played the game together most of the time. I started picking up on them being more friendly when I was comfortable with him. We were all planning a vacation together, etc. Bill, hit it. You were waiting. And you know what? Before you even say it, he already tells on himself. I brought it to her attention that I wasn't too comfortable with how they kept texting each other to get, on the game without me. She, of course, got defensive and pulled the whole don't be insecure or the you have nothing to worry about. Bill, would you please tell these young men about the guy that your girlfriend tells you not to worry about? I'll wait. Go ahead.
John.
Look,
John,
I'm done with this guy. I'm sorry. I love him to death, but I'm done with him.
John, I don't have those kind of problems. Okay. I don't have.
But you know what happens. We have been on the sidelines many a times when a girl has told her boyfriend about the guy he doesn't need to worry about. We might not have been the victim of that, but we've seen it happen.
I'm usually the guy that she's telling her boyfriend that he doesn't have to worry about.
I was trying to get at that, but I didn't want to come right out and say that. But no, you're right.
Okay, you got to understand. You see that me pill back there, John? I take a big old me pill every day. I love me some me. Shout out to Steve the Dean Williams at themanmindset.com. He filled my prescription of me pills for life. Now, because I'm all about me, I'm not too concerned with what a woman's doing. And honestly, if I was seeing a woman and she was doing some stuff like that, I'd have cut her loose. Hey, blessings on your journey. Maybe you two are more compatible for each other. No hard feelings, I would have sent her packing, dog, for real. I like literally, figuratively would have sent her packing. Yep. So when I say, okay. You shouldn't be worrying about other guys, okay? Because that's kind of where your insecurities are coming from. You're worried about this guy and their relationship. You should be more concerned about you. And if you were and you knew you, a little bit better and you knew your woman and you knew how to apply a little bit of pressure to her, how to playfully flirt with her, how to not only get her but keep her in the mood, if you were doing certain things to this woman, you wouldn't be worried about other guys. But you're not. You're not doing the things that she needs inside and outside of the bedroom. You're not leading her. And that's why somebody else was able to come along and take your bitch, Chuck.
Yep. And Chuck, here's the thing, man. And I know you're watching, and I appreciate you're watching, but here's the thing. When and if that does happen, you have to remember that part of it is your lack of presentation, yes. But the other part of it is her seeing that you are what she deems as beneath her, and she wants to find a guy that's above her, both physically and figuratively. And so she sees what you have laid out, and it looks like you guys have been together for quite some time. So she already knows what you have to offer. She sees what that is, and it's been on the table for quite some time. Now, a girl like this is practicing a word that I know Bill hates when I say, but I'm going to say it. Cover your ears, Bill. Take your headphones out. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it anyway. I don't care. She is practicing what a lot of, let's face it, younger women call, and well, I don't know what they call it, but we call it a word that rhymes with my schmurgamy that Bill hates. They're practicing. Oh, go to hell, Bill. She's practicing God, I love you, man. She's practicing hypergamy at this point. So she is seeing a guy that, and at this point, she's at that stage where she doesn't quite know whether or not he has a better offer for her, but she's willing to explore it. If she's willing to explore it, that means that you are not her final destination, or at least she doesn't think you are. And you're probably not, because she's already started. When she does that, you are her companion, but probably not her boyfriend, probably not her partner, and certainly not her future spouse.
Now, Johnny, we've already established that that Chuck here has done something and his woman has lost respect for him, that there's no coming
if she ever had.
So, Chuck, my advice to you is to leave this woman immediately. Sure, it's going to hurt. You're going to miss her. You're going to think about the fun times that you had with her. You're going to think about your times in bed with her, those intimate times.
Don't do that.
And what you're doing, though, is setting yourself up for failure. Because, Chuck, I promise you that there are women out there who would love to be with you, who would never cheat on you, who would appreciate you, especially once you learn how to appreciate yourself. You do that, Chuck,
and see,
you do that, you get rid of that woman, you start learning how to love Chuck a little bit better, and the women will come.
Yep. I mean, the minute you love you, there it is. I don't know how that happened. Like I said last episode, the minute that you like you, and the minute that you get to know you, well, yeah, let me back up. The minute you get to know you, and then the minute you get to like that person you got to know, the less you got to worry about fitting her mold. Now, it's going to be whatever girl you meet, it's going to be her job to fit your mold. And if she doesn't, that's okay. And when you become okay with who you are, you will be all right with that. There are worse things than being alone, Chuck.
Well, I think that Chuck needs to be alone for a little while to go on a journey of self-discovery, to learn who he is, to kind of grow up a little bit, because I see some childish, selfish things, it just the way that he's talking in the email. And I don't want to knock him on that for being young.
Well, I mean, he doesn't actually say how old he is, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that, if he plays Fortnite.
He doesn't have to, because we know how young men are today. From the time you are 20, 21, and these young men who are like 28, 29, they're all the same. And by the time you go through your 20s, you should be forged into the man that you're going to be. You shouldn't be wondering who you are, not knowing yourself, acting like you're 20 years old at 29. So we see this all the time. I really hope that Chuck here will take our advice, do what he's got to do to put that relationship behind him so he can find himself in order to find a better woman. I mean, Chuck, you really want to spend the rest of your life wondering if this bitch is cheating on you? Leave her. Never look back. And then you can thank Johnny Dumbbell for it a year from now when the women are beating down your door and you don't even have enough time to date all of them. Take it from me, Chuck. I've been there. Johnny, is there anything else you want to add to this tonight for Chuck? All right, well.
Friend, I was betrayed by a partner and a friend at the same time. And look, you really were. Here's the thing. There are things that you can do. There are things that you can project. There are things that you can exude. There is a type of force field, so to speak, that you can put around you that would prevent this from happening in the future. But here's the thing. There's a power source that you are going to need for such a force field. And that power source is self-love, self-care, self-confidence, self-respect. And for the love of God, don't you ever let anybody treat you like that again, even in a casual conversation, let alone a relationship. You're killing yourself, Chuck, and you're allowing yourself to be strung along to your own death. I mean, figurative. Don't do it.
All right. So let's say Chuck is tired of being treated like this and he leaves her. He's going to need.
Well, first of all, let me tell you what's going to happen when he leaves her.
That's
first thing is going to
a little bit of game on how to leave.
The first thing she's going to do to stop him, though, is remember she's going to manipulate him. You know this. First thing that he needs to do is understand that when she starts turning on the waterworks, that's fine. Let her cry for herself. She ain't crying for you. She's crying because you are no longer putting up with her crap. Second of all, stage 2 of this whole thing is going to be her getting angry with you. You can't leave me. I didn't do anything wrong to you. You've got this all wrong. And when you don't buy that, the third stage is, well, if you were a real man, you'd stick around. But I guess I need to go find a real man. So go ahead. I'll go find a real man. She's going to attack your masculinity. Fourth, she might even go ahead and attack your mental health if she even cares that much. But step 4 is going to be, oh, well, you must be crazy. I guess that's why your last girlfriend left you. I guess that's why this. She is going to throw everything at you, up to and including the kitchen sink, because she knows that if she can get in here on you, you're going to go back, cycle repeats, rinse, repeat, and she can get away with it again. Only this time, she's already got you under her thumb. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all. Game over.
Thought you were done there, Johnny. My bad.
No, I mean, honestly, you said it better than I could have.
Well, I think Chuck here, there's hope for you, Chuck. There really is. You might be in a really
and we're here for you, brother.
You might be in a really bad situation. You might have dug yourself into one hell of a hole, but Chuck,
we've all done it.
So hopefully you can develop some standards and you're not going to let people treat you like that moving forward. Now, you said this friend betrayed you as well. I think you should be a little more selective in who you allow to be your friends.
Well, and remember that your friend didn't have a relationship with you. Your friend didn't commit to you for the rest of his or her life.
No, but...
And then go ahead and do this. Now, listen, here's the thing, though. What I think I've noticed over the years is that your friend is guilty of it, too. But remember, your friend is just responding to a girl who laid it up and off.
Yeah, but Johnny...
in all fairness, he kind of helped you, even though he's a skeez.
Look, we have talked about how I'm the other guy. I'm the guy that these women tell their boyfriends that, they don't need to worry about. But the other side of that, okay, look, the point I'm trying to make is that You know what? Let me just shut my mouth, Johnny.
Oh, you're right.
All right. So do we have another email?
Let's see here.
I don't want to keep harping on Chuck tonight.
Before we move on, Chuck, my advice to you, cut your losses and listen. Roll yourself on your bed and cry until you can't cry no more. Beat the hell out of your punching bag. Be as emotional as you need to be. But here's the thing. Number one, do not let anybody see it. And number two, if you're going to talk to anybody about it, call the best guy friend you have, meet him for a beer, tell him every hang up you have about the way things were and the way things you don't ever want to be again, because he will never hold it against you, will he, Bill?
No, he shouldn't. But then, John, you have
and
to
he won't.
This guy doesn't do a very good job choosing his friends. The last one smashed his girl. So what I was going to talk about earlier and was trying to avoid is bro code. Okay, because there should be a certain like, if we're friends, your girl is off limits. Now, don't get me wrong. I could care less if a woman is married, has a boyfriend, is in a long-term relationship, or has a string of flings. None of that matters to me. But that's because her dude's not my homie. So he's doing a horrible job of picking out his friends. So maybe going and talking to a friend about some of the bitch ass shit he's going through may not be the best idea for him. But
no. And I mean, in this case, definitely not.
Generally, that's some very good, solid advice, though. You know, go talk to the homie about it. Go talk to your friend about it. Chances are your friend already knows how much of a bitch you are anyway, and he's not going to lose any more respect for you than he already has over the last 5-10 years. So you're better off talking to your friend about it. But I like what Johnny said about locking yourself in a room and not letting anybody see how emotional you are over it, if you need to be emotional. Because I think
right. And I mean, we're not saying that you should never we're not saying you should never exude your emotions. We're not saying you should never express yourself. What we're saying is that you need an inner circle. You need a close group of friends. You need a group like I have with my buddy Matt, my boy Bill, TK, and I got 2 friends named Frank. Matt, Frank's, Bill, and TK. The point is this. You can tell them anything you want. Let those guys be your close inner circle. Al Capone was famous for saying this: I would rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. So keep your circle small and make sure that these guys are there for you. They will be. They're your homies, okay? But you do not express those feelings to the world. Do not be posting it on Facebook. Don't put it on Twitter, X, whatever. What is it called now? X. Don't put it on X. Whatever it happens to be, you don't need the world to know that you have these, feelings that you're just going to go ahead and unload on everybody. There are people who have already committed to being your close confidants, and they're going to unload their shit on you, and you should be ready for it. And they're going to be ready when you do the same. Those are called your homies. Those are called your bros. Those are called your close people, inner circle, and everybody needs at least 1, maybe 4 of them.
All right, Johnny, let's go ahead and wrap this up for tonight.
Yeah.
I know we had some technical difficulties with Rumble. Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, I'll set up a StreamYard stream for Thursday night. Hopefully we can get TK. I'm thinking about bringing one of my lovely ladies on, and I know that's going to blow some people.
All right.
But, I date women who, you know what, we'll save that for next week or the week after, because I don't have that locked down just yet, but I'm thinking about bringing one of the women on that, I've been dating for a while and letting her go through the Bumble app with me to show y'all that this life I live is really possible, man. It really is. So
hey, we'll be here for it.
All right, Johnny, I'll see you Thursday night, and we got some other stuff to talk about after the stream ends. Hey, thank everybody for watching. I want you to know I appreciate you, and I'm here for you. I always post how to get a hold of us, whether it's on Facebook, IG, X, TikTok. Johnny and I and even TK are here for you. We'll help you out. We'll answer your questions. And I know we might have roasted Chuck a little bit tonight, but let me tell all of you Chuck needed to hear the tough love. So hopefully he'll take that and apply it to his life going forward. And he'll update Johnny down the road. And because I'd love to hear an update from Chuck about,
text me, call me, email me, whatever it has to be,
whatever it takes, buddy. So
no judgment.
We appreciate you. We're here for you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for showing some love. Thank you for subscribing, following, sharing the stream. We love you for it, man. We out, and we'll be back Thursday.